Welcome to That's Offside with Nathan, a Liverpool supporter and engineer, Brandon in banking and a football fan, and Michael in finance and a Manchester supporter. Lifelong friends who want to have light-hearted debates about football and other things.
Welcome to our next episode of That's Offside with the Bras, and we're just here to talk about some football and other stuff, possibly. Yeah. So how's your week?
Okay. It's been hot.
At least give me a bit more than it was okay.
And it was okay. It was brilliant.
It was brilliant.
It was brilliant. Man City got knocked out of Champions League.
Brilliant. Thank you, crowd. Yeah, that was.
But you said real, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
The Champions, the king of Champions League.
Don't talk to me about that.
They are the king of Champions League.
They are, but like.
Hey, they are too good. Very in a useless league, they are good. To win Champions League is like that. They are good.
They are good. Yeah, definitely.
If only we could get
Like
some.
poor Mo Salah got his arm dislocated there and everything.
Yes,
You know,
because of
our
Messi.
African players.
What happened?
A few years ago, in 2017 and 2018.
Champions League final.
Ramos is the same Champions League final that Karius did that. And I think Bale did that bicycle.
Yeah.
They won 3-1.
100%. You know, African players, they go through the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, at the moment, there's zero South Africans playing in the Premier League.
At the moment.
At the moment. Last season there was one.
Who was it?
Lyle Foster.
Yeah, is he not playing?
Burnley got very good.
So he's not in the Premiership
So
anymore.
there's zero South Africans playing in the Premier League. Can you believe that?
Are we just not good enough? Or why? Yo, that's sad. Bro.
No, it's not that we don't not good enough.
But like, if I'm thinking about it, I can only think of a handful of South Africans that have actually made it to the Premiership.
Yeah.
Not that much.
So the one that broke through for us was Lucas Radebe. The chief. Do you know that Lucas Radebe, they have roads and stuff named after him in Leeds?
Whoa.
He killed it for Leeds. You must know when he was with
He's a
Leeds.
hero in Leeds. He's like a king in
And
Leeds.
remember when he was with Leeds, Leeds was the king.
Semi-final Champions League.
that was
You know,
that
that
time.
was it.
So-
And but he made it happen. It wasn't just an ordinary player.
He was a
a
chief.
top.
Wait, hold on.
League
Do we
one
count? Do we also count like managers? Because isn't Manchester United had
Benny.
Benny.
Yeah, but Benny
Benny
played.
also
He played. He played for Portsmouth and for Blackburn.
Oh yeah, Blackburn. I remember there
And
was
then
that one
also,
dribble.
what's his name? Alan Mokoena played for
yeah.
Blackburn when McCarthy was there.
Oh
We
my
were just
god,
after.
guys! I saw that dude is a giant.
Yeah, for
That
centre
dude
back.
is massive, and like to have the pace to be in the Premiership at that size, that is insane.
But I think the only player to have a very big impact in recent years in the Premier League is Steven Pienaar. So he had it with Everton and the Tottenham. So
Yeah.
Exactly, and it's not small clubs. Everton and Tottenham, you know,
Massive.
and that's the thing.
Like if you're comparing them to City and Liverpool, yeah, we think they're not, but
and
they're
then,
massive.
we had United had Quinton Fortune.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what happened with Quinton Fortune? We got him. We were so excited when I watched that first game and he scored.
No, he was okay. He wasn't bad.
Then I think within 6 months he got injured
Yeah.
and he never played soccer again and he stayed at United.
Yeah, because he got the money.
Injured, bro.
He got the money.
Injured. Paul Pogba style, bro.
And he's still an ambassador for United. You
Yes,
know,
up till now.
he goes to China, all of that.
Is there a vessel of United?
So
So, so when Benny came, also when you're talking about getting injured, when Benny came from, which team? I think he was playing for FC Porto. I think it was FC Porto. He came to Blackburn.
Yeah.
He got injured, right? He was earning 1.8 million rand every Friday because you remember they pay weekly wages.
wages, yeah.
So he was like, that's why he got fat. So if you know, if you remember, he was thin when he got to Blackburn.
Yeah.
But he was eating his money.
So that's what happened to
He was
you.
eating his money.
I was just eating.
The
The
slap chips got you, bro. The slap chips
It
got
was
you.
chicken.
So you were getting 1.8 every
Right,
Friday.
imagine 1.8 million.
You do not.
Yeah.
Stood on the bench.
But
Yeah.
even if you think about it, like I can only name of them.
Yeah.
And these are like famous people that I know of, you know. I can't name anyone else. I don't ever know how did they even get into Leeds,
Yeah.
into Manchester United. So like I know Manchester.
What is that scouting system to
Yeah.
South Africa? Because
So-
remember last time we had that topic about the quality in South Africa. Do we think that that's a reason?
Yeah, it could be because what Pina why Pina made it so big was he was playing for Ajax Cape Town.
Yeah.
Ajax Cape Town had
Next to
direct route
Ajax.
to Ajax Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So that's how he went and he got scouted. So he had a slightly easier route
Yeah.
than everyone else, but it could be that. But I think in general, African players in the Premier League, I think Sir Alex Ferguson famously said that he doesn't want to lose his players
AFCON.
for AFCON. So that's why, if you look at the history of Sir Alex Ferguson's reign at United, very few African players played for him.
Yeah.
I can
So
think of less than 5 African players. That
I
played
mean,
for
if
27 years.
that's such a huge factor for us making it to the highest level, do you think like AFCON should move like their dates and stuff to accommodate? Because
So-
I mean, the only way for us to grow is to get into Bundesliga,
Yeah.
is to get into Premiership, La Liga, and stuff. And if that's going to be a hindrance where AFCON falls in the middle to latter part of our season, that's when the business time comes in.
So,
No.
So, I don't think so. First, I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. So, I think this is a video for another day on favorite managers. But I'll just give you a snippet of my favorite manager.
Yeah.
My favorite manager of all time is Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Right? He famously said, I'd rather lose a player. We have to think about pros and cons when we sign a player.
Yeah.
So if we sign an African player, the con is we're going to lose them for 6 to 8 weeks every 2 years.
Yeah.
Right? The risk of that is that they may get injured, so that's the risk. So what are you getting? You're getting a player that's going to be loyal to you.
Yeah.
You're getting a player that's going to work hard for you.
Yeah.
You're getting a player that's going to put it all on the field. And we see that. He signed Didier Drogba. Look what
Tell
Didier Drogba did. Right?
Why is it terrible?
He took, when he was still becoming a name, making a name for himself, Jose Mourinho, he took a young Benny McCarthy. Benny McCarthy is the only player to have a Champions League.
Yeah.
He won the Champions League,
Wow.
knocking out Manchester United. Benny scored 2 goals against Manchester United. I don't know if you remember Jose running down, running down the thing. So I think we shouldn't think of it as a bad thing, because representing your country is a good thing. It's the best thing in the world.
And whatever
And,
it is,
and, and,
yeah.
and European managers should change their mindset about thinking that way. I think they should all think the way that Jose Mourinho thinks.
I mean,
And-
Because it's F1, it's Africa. It's
My
not
thing is
the
this:
thing.
you have a team. So yes, we're gonna lose it, but then are you not structuring yourself that only your best players
Thank
can
you.
play? Like you have a couple of guys to come.
Yep, that's what I
when
was-
they come
I was
back from
thinking about.
AFCON, give them a
Exactly.
week or something like that.
So you have 2 years to plan for it.
Mhm.
So you know, for instance, you know Drogba is going to leave. So then you have another striker to supplement it. So you'll have you'll sign Shevchenko.
Yeah.
That's what they sign. They'll sign Shevchenko, or they'll have Hernan Crespo or someone there
Yeah.
to fit that 6 weeks that is gone. And we know that we fine. We have that time to plan. So I think the mindset of European managers or European soccer needs to change.
Because so bad.
Because CAF is not going to change. CAF
And
will
I
not-
don't think they should change.
And-
Because
and
why-
it's not
why
only
should
that-
Africa
the-
change?
yes.
The thing is also there's also a reason why it's in that part. Weather-wise, that is the perfect time for AFCON,
Exactly.
especially in the African
Because
countries.
Exactly.
yeah.
Outside of that, it struggled to work.
So-
How bad is that?
So why didn't they complain when they had to split the
Oh,
season
thank you.
for Qatar?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly that.
So that's the thing. So
It's a bias against
Yeah,
Africa.
yeah,
Against
right.
Africa. That's all.
Yeah.
It's against
Soccer's
Africa.
biased
Hey,
against Africa. It's BB.
hey, Africa, you will follow what we say.
Because the thing is,
But
we-
it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
If you look at Salah and them and all of that, they say, I want to go play for my
Yes.
country. I want to.
Yes.
It's the best feeling.
Yeah.
And any manager or any logical person, if you're a manager, what is the best honor you can get? Is to
Have a
represent,
cup.
to
Yeah.
represent,
Yeah.
you know, to represent your country. And you should already understand that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you got
Because
one
they
of
have
the
no
world
issue
cup-
sending their England people to
Oh,
Europe
oh.
and all of
No,
that.
so now
There's
the
no
new
issue.
thing is, okay, well it's not new because Ferguson used to do this for these players. They used to put a report out a week before international duty.
Yeah.
All schools as a legal, you won't be able to.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh.
fine, right? They did that with Declan Rice. After
Yeah.
they did with Declan Rice, now the last.
Yeah.
So they get into that thing that there's so much games in the season. I need to pretend that my players are injured.
But then you being lazy as a manager and as a football club because you're not diversifying your football
And
team.
and we have so much of technology and sports science, and we know how to protect the player. We know
Yeah.
that it's coming. International duty is in 2 weeks' time. Take him off now because you have a big squad,
Yeah.
and not all of your players are international players.
Mhm.
So maybe 80% or 60% are not international players.
You know where the problem comes is in the leagues, the French leagues, those leagues, a lot of northern and western Africa players, goes to those leagues. Not
Especially
Premiership.
the French league. especially
You know
French.
that.
Yeah.
Now that becomes, because in their league,
Yeah.
in a team, you can have 8 people from Africa. Because it's cheap labor.
Yeah.
It's cheap. Africa is cheap with good talent.
Yeah. I
And
think we
it just
must
takes advantage of it.
Remember that.
All I'm
Talent is-
saying is, we have so much talent, but because of their bias, only the most exceptional can actually break through.
That's the thing.
And
So
an average
Joker.
England player
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
make it through the top. It
exactly.
makes no sense.
So, for instance, to put that into context, Haaland is the best of the best strikers. But if he was competing at the same time that Didier Drogba and Samuel Eto'o were competing, do you think he was going to be number one?
No.
He will be number three.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
So that's how I see it. Lane is completely correct by saying that.
Africa, as a nation, needs to stand up against those kind of things. I know it's difficult.
Yeah.
I know it's very
Because they'll
difficult.
cut funding.
But now, let them cut the funding. Let us do it ourselves. Then.
Yeah. That's how what's the
What's going on?
yeah, Donald Trump is the
We'll do it
Guys,
ourselves.
now, so Africa must rely on funding. So okay, we'll just accept it. We need to get out of that.
So guys, we as a country and as a continent we need to put our foot down and say we can do it ourselves. We will support each other. South Africa will support another African country. You'll support us, and we show the talent that we have.
That's easier said than done, but I think it can be done.
I mean, a step has to be taken.
Yeah.
So please.
Gaten is gonna help us.
Yeah.
Gaten is operating.
You'll go to all the games. You'll
Yeah,
go to all the
every
games. And he's on the weight loss journey. Did you see that thing?
Yeah, I check with Discovery and stuff. And every time he posts how many kilos he loses and all of that.
Gaten, you can help us. We will help Stephen Pienaar lose that weight that he was eating.
Benny Mackay.
Benny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Premiership. Come to the table, guys. We have talent.
Yeah. So talking about talent, we have this guy from Orlando Pirates called Mofokeng. He is on the level of Lamine Yamal. Whenever I see this boy play, it reminds me of Lamine Yamal. So why is he not being scouted by the likes of Real Madrid, Man United? Okay, well, Man United's average club. Well, why is he not being scouted by the likes of Real Madrid, PSG, or whoever?
But not even, he doesn't even need to be with PSG.
Yeah, well,
Everton.
yeah, any English side.
Any English side.
If you are an English team, even in the lower side, it's fine. We will help you. Sign this kid. Sign him. Recommended by Brandon. You know it's true.
It's true.